Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks. Everybody, thank you, Sister Rosa. You are the star. You started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks. Thank you.
Her arrest sparked a 381-day bus boycott, ignited the civil rights movement,
regarding Black history, which I feel should not be limited to 1 month. I remember in my youth, when I was as young as some of these youngsters who perform today, we only had the second week in February. We call it Founders Day and Black History Week. So we have improved a great deal, but we want to make still more improvement.
It has been 35 years since Rosa Parks refused to give up that bus seat to a white man. Since that time, the condition of Black Americans has changed dramatically, though not always for the better. Homicide is now the leading cause of death for Black males 15 to 24 years old, a statistic many contend caused the life expectancy of Blacks to drop in 1986.
Far too much crime among our people. We have too much substance abuse, too much greed and hatred and prejudice among too many of us. So I am asking that if we as citizens, as Christians or whatever religion that we choose, that we work together in harmony and love and peace and try to build and not destroy, try to cherish and not discourage, try to encourage people to use their own creative ability to work and be responsible for their actions, and not to think in terms of freedom as running over and trampling on other people.
About 30% of all Black families were living below the poverty level in 1987, a rate 2.5 times that for white families, while the average earnings of Black women increased nearly 8% from 1979 to 1987. The overall unemployment rate for Blacks remains 2.5 times that for whites.
We want to think in terms of building a great nation. We have a lot of poverty. We want to end poverty, feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, and stop racism.
It is a triumph of a cause that I'm concerned about. Ultimately, along the way of life, an individual must stand up and be counted and be willing to face the consequences, whatever they are.
The proportion of Black youths completing high school has increased steadily since 1970. Blacks in their early 20s are now almost as likely as whites to have completed high school. The 30% dropout rate for Blacks in 1970 fell to 15% by 1986. However, Blacks earned fewer college degrees in 1985 than in 1977.
We wish to help young people in their goal setting, communication skills, political awareness, economic growth skills, health awareness, personal growth, and human relations. In so doing, and beginning with the young people, I feel that as long as we work with the youth and train them and teach them the right kind of self-discipline and self-respect, that we will move forward into the 90s and beyond, a people, as Dr. King once said, a great people that we can be proud of, that we will not any longer and any more go back into the old days of segregation, discrimination, oppression. I want to thank you again for your great and beautiful reception of me, and for your wonderful hospitality, and for the love that you show for me. And I ask your prayers that I may continue to be as strong as I can, as long as I possibly can, to speak and say what I can for love, justice, peace, freedom, equality, and goodwill for all. Thank you.
They sing the rising sun.
Saw disturbances. The public officials of the city of Montgomery and the state of Alabama intend to obey the segregation laws of the city of Montgomery, and we, the Negro citizens of Montgomery, Alabama, do now and will continue to carry on our mass protest until